Hey everybody, I'm DBS TCG Central. Welcome to another deck profile video. If you guys saw today's thumbnail, you saw today, highly requested leader. We are doing Fuse Zamasu Supreme Strike. So this was actually requested to me by one of the viewers. Finally got a chance to get it done and found out how super strong it can be. I saw a bunch of competitive builds online and I decided to make my own. And it is actually really cool, fun, and super competitive with all the newer cards from the new set. So I will show you what's going on with this leader. It is a really cool pick if you're going to play some blue. So on his unawakened side here, he's Goku Black and Zamasu. When this card attacks, you look at the top 5 cards at the top of your deck. You can choose one blue or yellow Goku Black or Zamasu card from among them and add it to your hand from your deck, and then you can shuffle your deck. Its awaken is when your opponent has 3 or more energy, you may draw one card and choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode. Then you flip this card over. And then on this side, he's Fuse Zamasu Supreme Strike. When this card attacks, you look at the top 5 cards of the top of your deck. You can choose a blue or yellow Goku Black or Zamasu from among them and add it to your hand and then shuffle your deck. Auto, when this card attacks a leader card, this card gets minus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Kind of weird, but it's fine because you kind of don't need to hit them too much. You want to hit their unisons and make sure everything's staying at bay. Active main once per turn. When your opponent has 8 or more energy, choose up to 4 cards from your opponent's life and place them at the bottom of their deck in any order. So it burns them for 4 damage if you can get them to 8 energy, which we have ways to do in this deck. Active main once per turn. You pay 1 energy. You can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and you can return it to their hand. So really crazy leader. I'm surprised more people aren't using this thing, but I saw some super competitive builds online and I'll show you what I came up with, and I think it's super strong. Probably going to play it at locals today, but let's get started. All right. First of all, this is a blue-yellow build, and all Goku Blacks, blue and yellow, and Zamasus are searchable. So the first ones we want to go for here is SS Rose Goku Black Divine Prosperity. So this is a championship card here. It just got some reprints. These are actually some of the reprints here. So they're super cheap now, so not a problem to get them. But this card here is crazy for this deck. It's actually a good card in general for yellow and blue, but you negate the attack and then you play this card. So it's got energy exhaust because it's a blue-yellow card, so it comes in rest mode in your energy. So when you play this card from your hand during your opponent's turn, you can choose one of these abilities. If your opponent has 3 or less energy, you could choose up to one of your opponent's If your opponent has 3 or less energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and then you could play it in their energy. So this is a counterattack. So say they're attacking you with one of their battle cards, you could play this for 2 energy, and you could put that battle card in the energy, and that will begin the ramping of your opponent to get them in higher energy. So awakening at 3 with here is not a big issue, but this is my ideal turn 2. You always want to charge a multicolor, but we do have some multicolors that come in untapped because of our Zamasu leader. But alternately, if your opponent has 2 or more energy, you can choose up to you could choose up to 2 of your blue energy and switch it to active mode. So if you negate this attack for 2 energy, it acts as a free negate if you don't want to put a battle card in their battle area, and it'll keep all your energy open. So really good card. You could choose between the two. But because of this deck, and we want to get them as much energy as possible, we want to put the energy in the battle card in their energy with that card. So another card that we play is a Zamatsu, Fuse Zamatsu, the Cunning. This is just another negate that really works well in this deck. We usually have a lot of energy open, and we want to negate as much as possible to get our stuff going. So basically, we want to stay defensive so that we can get all the energy that we need in their energy. So this is a counter attack. Negate the attack, and then you play this card. During your opponent's turn, and if your leader is a Zamasu card, this is actually 2 less in your hand, so it's only a 2-drop. It is a Zamasu, so for fusion fodder, it's important. It's a multicolor card too. I wanted to make sure that the multicolor count was good in this deck for Aegis, which we run. I'll show you in a moment. So it's indestructible. So when it comes out, it's pretty straight. It's pretty safe, but it has Aegis. So the way this works is if you discard a blue or yellow card with Aegis during your defensive step, you can untap 2 energy. So that's really strong. Um, so if you play this on your opponent's turn for 2 energy, and then you could discard a blue yellow card, you could untap 2 more of your energy to keep going. You could play one of these guys or something else. So there's a lot of untapping in this deck, which is really, really cool. So I run 2 of those just to be a little more defensive. I found when I was playing the deck, I just need a little bit more negates just to keep afloat and make sure my opponent couldn't hit me. The next card that we run, which is also searchable by the leader ability, which is this is also. But Zamasu the Eliminator, if you don't know what it does, it's a championship card here. It's got indestructible energy exhaust. Play this card, counterplay. Play this card, and the card that's being played, if it has an energy cost of 4 or less, is returned to its owner's hand. This also has a permanent. If you have another blue-yellow multicolored card in your energy, negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. That's why we run 4. This usually comes into play in our energy untapped because we'll turn 1 always charge a multicolored energy. Auto, when this card is played, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So super, super powerful. This actually got errated. It used to hit unisons. Now it only hits battle cards. But really, really, really strong. And this kind of puts out our fusion, our Union Patara fodder here because Goku Black and Zamasu will be out. Also, with these fused Zamasus, they also count as a Zamasu. So they're actually fusible with a Goku Black. But the next cards that we run are some more Zamasus, which also makes this deck really good, is searchable super combos. Zamasu, Sacred Disbelief, I believe that says. So it's a super combo. You can use it at any time. There's no life restriction or anything. If your leader card is blue or yellow, when you combo with this card, you can tap a leader or a battle card. So that is really, really strong to tap someone's leader. And it keeps them at bay by tapping a lot of their battle cards, especially if they're like a rush deck and they're really trying to get at you. Super defensive. And they're searchable off the leader, which is crazy. Now, here's another card that's really good for the deck. I think I'm going to bump this to 3. It's just super good. SS Rose Goku Black. I can't even read that because it's so shiny. Inviting the Darkness. So what this card does is when you play this card, and your leader card is a Goku Black or Zamasu, which it is, add the top card of your deck to your energy. So when you have 3 energy and you play this, you'll be able to ramp up 1 energy, which only makes this cost 2 because you'll give you a free untapped energy. When you play this card and your leader is a Goku Black or Zamasu card, at the end of your opponent's next turn, they reveal the top card of their deck, and if it's a battle card, they put it in their energy. So it's another way to get more energy into their energy area. And then I know it's kind of weird that you're putting energy and helping them out, but you just act super defensive where they can't even get through with all these cards. And you don't have to worry about it at all. So it's crazy because you're just ramping them up. Some other ways we say defensive is SS Rose Goku Black Apocalypse Schemer. This is a newer card. It is like an Abuni for blue-yellow, but it's more of a defensive Abuni. So what it does here is searchable by the leader, of course. It's got energy exhaust. It's got deflect, so it's always coming out, but it also has double strike. So you can put down a 20k double strike. Auto at the end of turn, switch up to 1 of your mono blue multicolor energy to active mode. So when you play this card, it's actually going to cost you 3 because it'll untap 1 at the end. You just need to have 4 energy to begin with. When this card is played from your hand, you can play up to 4 shadow tokens, and they gain blocker until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that is really strong. It puts out 4 blockers for you. So you can attack with this guy, you got a 20k double strike, and then you got 4 blockers to defend you on your next turn. Never mind all the negates you might have, or the Aegis that we're going to use too. So I'll put that up here. Also, it is another target for fusion for this guy, who is super important in the deck. So Fuse Zamasu, Advocate of Evil. So this one here, he's indestructible. He's got a Union Patara, blue Zamasu, and a blue Goku Black for free. It's got a permanent here. If you have 3 or more energy, you can choose battle cards in your energy when choosing cards to use with this card's Union Patara skill from your hand. So if you have a Goku Black in your energy that you need to use, or you a Zamasu to get this guy out because you don't have him on the battlefield, but most of the time you will because you'll be playing, these counters which play Goku Black, these guys, and they're indestructible. They'll stay out. You maybe play one of these guys and he's got barrier, so he's pretty protected. All these guys count. But if you have one in your energy, you need to use it to play him, you can, and you can play him right for free. So he comes out, he's a 24K indestructible. Another card that we use here, it really helps out. I actually run it as a one of as for consistency. It's a Goku Black Future. What's it say? Disclaimer? I don't know. But what this does is, if your leader is a blue Zamasu or Goku Black, which it is, you could place this card in your energy from your hand, and then you place the top card of your. Oh wait. Okay, so, and then you can place cards in your energy. Wait, what does this say? Let's get closer. If your leader card is a blue Zamasu or a Goku Black card, place this card in your energy from your hand, and you can't place cards in your energy or play cards other than a mono blue Zamasu or Goku Black card until the end of your turn. If this card is in your energy, place it at the bottom of the deck at the end of your turn. Okay. So what this does is, say you need to use this for a fusion fodder. I'm sorry that was so confusing. So you have this in your hand, you have this in your hand. Say you have a Zamasu out, but you don't have a Goku Black out. You can throw this in your energy for free. And then you can use this to pay an energy cost. Or you could just use... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing this all wrong. So you fuse this guy and you have him out, and then you play this guy. Then you can put this guy in your energy for free, and I'll show you why in a second here for this next one. I should have talked about him next. So we play this guy here is Zamasu, the Divine Immortal. So this is actually one of the best ways to get all the energy in their cards, and I'll show you what this guy has to do with it in a minute. So it's indestructible. It's got dual attack, and it is... what is it? It's a mono blue card, so it doesn't have energy dust. I'm sorry, I thought it did. So it's got a X Evolve for 4 energy with a Zamasu with energy cost of 5, which is this guy. So what I was saying before, it's a free play Goku Black. So you could put this right in your energy, and then you don't have to play it or pay the energy cost. You could play this guy, fuse with this, and then this guy will come out for free. It's basically like a safe way of putting a Goku Black on your board to fuse, but you put it in your energy so they can't really mess with it. And then you can play this guy with the Zamasu and him, and you fuse, and then you'll have your 5 drop out. So then after that 5 drops out for free, because you'll have all your energy open and he costs nothing to do. Or if you already have Goku Blacks out on the board and you play him and you just need to ramp up 1 to get this guy that actually costs 3 instead of 4, that's what you could do also with him. So he's a really good card. He might go to 2. And sorry about the confusion there. But so this guy's indestructible, dual attack, 35K, really strong. So this guy, for 4 energy, you can evolve onto a blue Zamatsu with energy cost of 5, which is this one here. And then he's got an active main or battle. Place this card in its owner's drop area, and then you can activate 1 Tragedy Overground. Is that what it said? Tragedy Overground? Is it Overground? Yeah, Overground. I didn't even know. I thought it was Underground. So Tragedy Overground from your deck, drop area, hand, or your energy area, and then shuffle your deck after you look through it. So what that card does here, we run 2 of them so that we can make sure we can get them from where we need. It is a field card. So this card is pretty much the bread and butter, which gets most of the cards into their deck. So this card, when it can't be removed from your battle area by skills from your opponent's battle cards. Permanent, when your opponent plays a battle card with energy cost 4 or more, it's placed in its owner's energy in rest mode instead. So it prevents them from playing anything 4 or higher, which could just destroy someone's deck because they could be playing beefcakes. That's just what they do. That's what the deck does. When this card is activated, so when it's played, choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they are placed in their owner's energy area in rest mode. So if you're getting swarmed out, this could win you the game alone when you play this. If the other day I was playing a rush deck, I did this whole combo. I played this on my turn 3, I believe, because I had this guy in my hand. So on turn 3, I played him. Play this. They were rushing me out, and it put 4 battle cards in their energy. Plus, I did this the turn before. So they were at 1, 2, 3. They were at 4 energy. They were rushing me out, and I played this. Put 4 battle cards in their energy on my turn, and I just won the game with this ability on the other side for the active main, because they were rushing, so they were taking their own life when they were attacking and stuff. So active main, once per turn, if your opponent has 8 or more energy, choose up to 4 of your opponent's life and place it at the bottom of their deck in any order. So it was a crazy fun time because they were like, what? And, it's insane because it gets battle cards ignoring barrier, so it acts as a barrier board wipe also on turn 3. So it was super strong, super cool, and super good. I loved it so much. That's why I kind of fell in love with the deck. So shout out to you, Mr. I want this deck profile bad, because I didn't think anything of it. And a lot of people, I haven't heard too much talk about the deck, but now I know it is just a powerhouse, especially now with these new cards. So speaking of new cards, Fuse Zamasu, Exterminating Force. So this card here is also just so helpful for the deck. It's a newer card. A lot of people aren't running it in any of the builds that I saw online because it's a newer one. It came out in Realm of the Gods. So Energy Exhaust, unique, double strike, indestructible blocker. You can evolve it for 1 blue, 1 yellow onto a Zamatsu with energy cost of 5, which is this guy here. And he's searchable with your leader. Aegis blue yellow once per turn. So this is where he takes the cake. First of all, it is going to be insanely hard for you to remove this guy. He's indestructible, so you'd have to neg him 35, which is really hard. If your leader is a Zamasu or a Goku Black card, negate this card's energy exhaust in all areas. So he goes into your energy untapped turn 1. So automatically he's a 4 of, just because he's untapped energy in this deck. When this card activates Aegis blue-yellow, which is when you discard a card on your defensive step to untap 2 energy, you can draw a card, switch this card to active mode because he's a blocker, 35k, and then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and you can switch it to rest mode. So if you don't want to attack with it and you want to be defensive, you leave it open, they attack, you block, they attack again. Even if they attack, you block, and then you can Aegis in the same step because it's your defensive step. You can untap, draw a card, and tap 1 of their cards, and then you have another block with a 35k. So, and you Aegis, so you untap 2 energy, which allows you to play any of your counter plays and keep going in and just keep defending yourself. So it is crazy strong. Another card that we run. So if we want to finish the game and we go long, because we do play very defensively, we play one of these guys here. He's Fuse Zamasu Divine Providence. So he's indestructible. He's got Union Patara 6, 2 yellow, and 4 blue. So this is just a game ender if it goes really long. So it evolves onto a Union Patara with a Goku Black and a Zamasu. And what this card does here, it's so shiny, I can't even focus. It's got energy exhaust, but when you play this card with a union skill, your opponent reveals their hand, and you choose up to 2 cards from it and add them to your energy and into their energy in rest mode. So you get to turn 6. Say you only need like 2 more energy in there. You just play that for 6. You take cards out of their hand, you put them in your energy, and then you can just win the game that way. So it's really good. Also, if we're 1 away, we're at 7, and we need to get them 1 more energy, maybe like to get them to 8 or something. We play this card here. When you play this card, and your leader card is a Goku Black or Zamatsu card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it in its owner's energy in rest mode. Then play 1 shadow token, and where is it? Then, if your opponent has 3 or less energy, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If that card is a battle card, place it in your opponent's energy in rest mode. Otherwise, draw 1 card and your opponent shuffles their deck. So another way, just if you're at 4 energy, because we have a lot of energy to play with, and we have Aegis to untap energy. So if we need to pay 4 to get rid of a battle card, to put it in their energy, and then to put another card in there just to get them to 8, just to win the game, it's really, really, really good. So for the most part, that's the Zamasu package, and all searchable except for the tragedy, but that gets pulled from one of these guys here. So super strong. So next cards that we run 3 of these. They're really good when we see them. We don't need to with all the defense we have, but when we get them, it's good to play them when we have the energy. Majin Buu, if you don't know what he does, you play him for 4. He untaps an energy at the end of turn. If you do his +0, and his +0 is draw a card. He's got double strike, and he's a blocker. And then once per turn, mostly on your opponent's turn, when your opponent attacks with a battle card, you can remove 1 marker from this, and you can put it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So it's super strong. It's really, really good unison. And then we run God Stealing Trunks. If you have a unison, you can play it for free. The battle card that's being played gets returned to its owner's hands. All you got to do is discard this card. Really good. We run 3 because we run our unison late game, so we don't need to see too many of these until later. Another card we run is really cool. Plan for Destruction. So this helps us ramp a little bit. We have some ramp inherently. Active and it's defensive. So active battle, if your leader is a Goku Black or Zamasu card, this card gets 10,000 power for the duration of the battle. Then if there's a total of 7 or more energy between you and your opponent, you can put the top card of you can put a card from your drop area in your energy in rest mode. So it's really good because it just ramps you up a little bit more, but it also protects you on your opponent's turn. So it's good. A little more defense. Like I said, it's good to be defensive in this deck. Defensive, we run 4 Dimension Magic. You pay 1 energy, you untap 2 energy, or you could take a life when you have Sparking 5, which is 5 or more cards in your drop area, and you could take a life. You could play this for free and untap 2 energy. So really, really good. The untapping is crazy in this deck. Because we run yellow, we run 2 Flying Nimbus. They act as our floodgates for the most part. We are super defensive, so these work out well. And then because we are defensive, we run a Hatch. This thing is clutch. If you need to buy yourself an extra turn, you just play it. Discard a card. If you're 3 or more energy, you can play it for free, and your opponent can't attack for the rest of the turn. So really good. All right, that's the deck. Like I said, this was requested by a viewer. I was kind of on the fence about it, and then I saw a few competitive builds, and then I played it, and I was in disbelief. So thank you so much for showing me this deck. But I think that a lot of people should play around with this because it's definitely got some potential, and it's super, super strong. I didn't think it was going to be this strong. I was beating rush decks that should have blown me out of the water, but I'm super defensive, so it was fine. And then it's just the Aegis and all the aggression plus just burning your opponent for 4 energy is just crazy. So decks that have to go to 4 energy to awaken, they suffer the worst from this. So anyway, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys liked it. I got an eBay, I have a Facebook, and I have an Instagram. Feel free to check them out. I'll leave links to everything in the description below. And thanks for coming to another one, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.